Till the first telephone switchboard operators were boys, but their rude and abusive behavior led them to be replaced by young women. My mom was an operator circa late 1970s early 1980s. She said the ladies who made the big bucks, no number to put that to, unfortunately were the ones who worked for private answering forwarding services, think answering services for specialty doctors. She said the local ones she knew of operated out of neighborhood houses and, in the age before such a thing was known of or commonly realized as a necessity, employed young women who could very secretly care for their young children at the same time they held and worked respectable jobs. The first telephone operators were boys, who soon earned a reputation for being rude and abusive to each other as well as to their customers. The young women who replaced them did not swear and were said to be faster. You could only use certain phrases, number please and thank you, recalls a former operator, 98-year-old Marie McGrath. The customer could say anything they wanted to you, and you would say, thank you. Sounds like the second problem was caused by solving the first. I'm a guy and was a wired telephone operator for a regional carrier exactly one day back in the late 90s, and it's an awful job. Basically, just people calling in and asking what toenail polish you're wearing, and then kids calling and asking questions like how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop? And you can't say anything mean back. The only cool thing was the key, the operator keyboard that you could press and it would refund the caller's coins. This is pretty impressive. By 1915, the wiring of America was complete. In an undertaking as monumental as the construction of the Trans-American Railroad, a T strung 14,000 miles of copper wire across the country. 39 years after the first demonstration of telephone, the 68-year-old Bell was summoned by AT&T to New York to recreate his first call, this time calling his friend and partner Thomas Watson in San Francisco. Well, I recently moved out into a new apartment and I can honestly say that today women customer service ops are extremely rude and obnoxious compared to their opposite sex counterparts. Like 3 women all rude, angry and pedantic, 2 men that actually knew their stuff, were polite and didn't talk over me, and helped me with my subscriptions. In Star Trek the computer has a female voice because people, not men, respond better to it. It'd nearly always rather be dealt with by a female than a dude. Notice I avoided the word being served, but one is served by, say, a bank teller. There's a great book called The Victorian Internet by Tom Standage. It's a very accessible book when it goes into the engineering, as well as being entertaining. Ayo WHT the fuck you want? Connection to Mr. Lich on 245 Cherry Street, I bet connect to his balls, you broke ass. Huh, I wish we still have switchboard. Then they realized that they could get a certain subset of their customers to pay extra for rude and abusive behavior from young women. And thus was born the first 900 number. Toxic masculinity even through the phone. Hardcore old timers, hardcore. And it seems I've made some wieners small. Sorry I triggered you manly men raffle. Thanks to feminism, sexual revolution, transgenderism and other Western social experiments, now we have rude and abusive people in all 786,541 genders. Your mother's back garden is dusty and unkempt, and I should know I spent a goodly part of the morning yesterday helping her tidy up. I'd always heard that women were chosen as operators because their voices were more intelligible on the phone equipment of that era. My great-grandma was one of the first telephone operators in Phonaton, Ohio. It was founded as a phone company town. My mom did that when she was in college. One day she got sick and had my dad sub in for her. She got fired. The boys were way better at bicycling telegrams and whatnot around the human comedy. And then came Lily Tomlin and at T. We don't care. We don't have to. We're the phone company. WHT do you want? I'm busy, call later. Mate, am I gonna have to come round in fisticuffs? Of course they were boys. Women aren't capable of understanding advanced technology. As a man, I can confirm, I get very rude 0.00005 seconds into a customer interaction. I can't believe anyone ever thought this would be appropriate work for men. Till the Call of Duty game lobby is older than we possibly ever imagined. If you liked that, try this. Hello operator, go fuck yourself. How may I direct your call? I'm suddenly picturing Beavis and Butthead in the role. How do you say you hate men without saying you hate men? Till 125 years ago, the phone system was voice response. I'm old enough to remember calling the operator. My mother and my aunt were both telephone operators.